You want an intro? You don't do intros, do you?
No, I'm not that, Here. Today, we're going to be answering questions from Ask Jay, Cobra Kai Edition.
What's up, guys? Welcome to Ask Jay. Today, this is the Cobra Kai Edition. Me and Tim will be answering all of y'all's burning questions, because I know you guys want to hear our thoughts. Otherwise, you wouldn't have asked the questions to us directly, right?
That's right.
All right, so guys, quickly, spoilers. Spoiler alert. We are going to cover any and all questions related to Cobra Kai right now. Season 1, Season 2, Season 3. People will definitely probably be asking about Season 4 and thoughts on stuff like that. So if you have not seen Cobra Kai, stop, go watch it, come back. If you don't care about spoilers, you don't care about the show, you don't care about whatever, then continue on. You know what? Mute us, go open another window, watch Cobra Kai, and then come back to us and just watch it twice. All right, let's go. We got questions from Twitter and questions from Facebook. We got quite a few. We're going to try to rapid fire these as quickly as we can. We're going to expound on some things, but try to keep it short, non-Melvor Star Wars type answers, because he won't shut the F up.
Right.
So these first few are going to be from... Look, got a question came in right here last second. I like it. These first few are going to be from Twitter. Jeez. Let's see here. Okay. First question from Squiggles on Twitter. Do you think we might also get Mike Barnes for Season 4? Do you think they will ever bring back Julie Pierce? So Mike Barnes is the person that Daniel LaRusso fought in the third movie at the second tournament, and Julie Pierce is Hilary Swank's character in the next Karate Kid.
You want me to get this?
Go for it.
Whether Mike Barnes is in there or not, has been written in there or not, the actor has said that he would love to do it.
I think which is Scott Cannon.
Yeah. Oh, Young and the Restless guy.
Yeah, whatever. I think it might not even be Scott. But anyways, go on.
So he is down. So whether they've written him in, are going to write him in, all they have to do is ask, and he's more than happy to
he's been very vocal,
reprise his role
that on social media.
Hilary Swank, I don't see why. Well, I mean, I don't see why it would be relevant.
Okay, so I'm going to expand on that just a little bit. Julie Pierce. That character, I'm with Tim. That character is not really relevant. While she counts and she is canon, because Miyagi did train her, there's no relevancy there. Unless they give her this huge, completely made-up backstory from, like, the next Karate Kid movie on. Which I don't see happening, because she was the granddaughter of one of Miyagi's friends. And she was a problem child who came in to give her some discipline, basically. It's okay to not have every single person from the original movies in the show. That's completely okay. I just don't see how a tie-in works with her. And that being said, the same for Barnes. Of the two, I'd rather see Barnes, but I just don't understand how they make Barnes make sense. Because you gotta understand, Barnes was hired muscle.
Sure.
He was brought in the third film just to beat Daniel. That's the only reason he was brought in. He has nothing to do with Daniel outside of that.
Unless they bring him in just to beat Daniel.
Okay, just to beat Daniel again, right?
Because he was afraid of him, dude.
If either of these characters are brought back, I have enough faith in the writing that they will make it make sense and it won't be a cheesy shoehorn, because they've done a pretty good job of making it make sense so far.
Making a good show. Okay.
And the first question is a Melvor length answer. What do you think is in the scroll Chosen gave Daniel-san? Will it play a big role in defeating Cobra Kai?
What was in the scroll that Chosen gave Daniel-san was a pressure point.
Okay, maybe, because he just taught it to him, so why not give him the scroll? If you know... I never thought about that. That's good.
That's what I thought it was.
I like that answer. I'm going to go with that answer. Well, I mean, at the end of Season 3, when Daniel's fighting Crease... It helps, so I guess yes. That's a good one. I like that. Thoughts on the Hawk face turn? Okay, I'm gonna take this one. I think you agree with me. I didn't like the way they. I'm sorry. That last question was Steven on Twitter. No, sorry, I lied. Hang on a second. My bad. That was Rain on Twitter. All these are from Twitter so far. This was from Steven. Do you think any of the students in the new combined Daniel Johnny dojo will turn and join Cobra Kai? Anything can happen, and they've shown us that in this show. Anything can happen. So if it does happen, may not be surprised. Who's it going to be? The way season 3 went, I don't see anybody turning right now because everyone at some point has been in Cobra Kai already.
Yeah.
So unless they introduce a new character, and that character might turn later on, I don't see anyone currently in the Daniel Johnny dojo turning. Personally, Scott on Twitter asked your thoughts on the Hawk face turn. I'm gonna take this one real quick.
Go ahead.
I didn't like how they took Hawk's character, made him a 0 into just a straight asshole very, very quickly. It was to the point of where it was overkill. It was too much. And at the end of season 3, he came to his senses, realized, hey, these are my friends. These are my boys. You know, they stuck with me through some bullshit, and here I am putting them through bullshit now, and turned around. I'm okay with it. Mm-hmm. He was too over the top. I think they needed to bring that character down a little bit and bring him, reel him in just a tad. I was okay with it. It's interesting now because Robbie turned.
Mm-hmm.
So Miguel, while he's getting stronger, he's still hurt. And now you got Kyler in Cobra Kai. Mm-hmm. So you got to have forces. You got to balance. You got to balance, right? So now he adds to the Daniel Johnny Doe strength.
Yeah.
So I'm all right with it. Okay, Mitch asks. This is not a Cobra Kai question, but I'm going to allow it. What is your take on the illegal crane kick that won Daniel the championship? More importantly, do you think Allie buries Judy? I like that two-parter. Okay, I'm going to answer the first part. Me and Tim, we think alike on this one. The crane kick itself was not illegal. Okay, if you want to get technical, it's not even a karate move. It's a kung fu move. The kick itself was not illegal. It was where the kick hits. The kick to the face was illegal, not the crane kick itself. And I think people are very confused by that. The kick itself was not an illegal kick. People say illegal kick, illegal kick. No, he can do the kick all day long. Mm-hmm. Couldn't kick in the face, and he got a point for it.
You get hit in the head.
Hit in the head, not the face. Me and Tim actually do a breakdown video of why Johnny actually won the tournament, and it never even got to the crane kick. Mm-hmm. So, Eric, if you could link that, and please go watch that video. Johnny should have won that tournament and been the three-time back-to-back All Valley
under 18.
So the kick itself was fine. It's where it hit. It was the illegal part. And the second part of that.
Do you think Allie buries Judy? Hands down, yeah. Allie buries her. Freaking, she's like, where's the shovels?
That's, for those of you who don't know, he's first Karate Kid movie. He's talking about Allie to his mom in the restaurant, and
she was like, better than Judy.
Yeah, he's like, oh, she buries Judy. Yeah.
So.
Any thoughts you might have on how season 3 ended? Well, we did a season 3 review video, but in a nutshell, it ends on a cliffhanger, just like all the other seasons, and definitely looking forward to season 4. Mm-hmm. That was from Jeff the RMG on Twitter, by the way. Joe Petty is at VKMTV Productions. How much enjoyment did you get watching Dimitri get his arm broken?
A lot. A lot of enjoyment. I feel the way he handled Hawk in season 2 at the end was just like, he underestimated him, but he didn't do it again. That's why he got his arm broken. So I was pretty happy to see that come to pass.
I thought the scene was great. I'm surprised he did it. So when he actually did it, I was like, oh, damn. But I thought, while I'm not a fan of Dimitri, and I've made that known, when he's begging, all right, I'll go, just stop, let me up. It was like, damn, this dude, like, he knows he's about to feel some pain, and then you hear crunch. I was like, ooh. But he had it coming, sniveling little shit. Yep. Dimitri's an asshole. Okay, and the last question here on the Twitter. I got 2 more. Charlie at Charlie. Looks like Chosen turned out to be the true number one. What do you think? Number one what? Like, what do you mean? Was he better than Daniel? Well, yeah, and he showed that. Number one fighter in the Karate Kid universe? No, it's still Johnny.
It's still Johnny.
He's up there. Probably two.
You gotta think he didn't take no breaks. He's been training his whole life. LaRusso stopped to sell cars.
Okay, Grindhead Jim on Twitter. Last Twitter question here. He asks, 1, do you think they can nab Thomas Ian Griffith to play Silver, who was the original guy? He's the right age. Let's say they don't. Who would be your dream casting?
This whole series, and the reason why it works, is known for getting the originals. You can't really do it with fakesies. And I've seen recent pictures of Terry Silver.
Yeah.
I'm using Terry Silver as his name. Terry Silver, dude looks good. Dude looks like the dude has aged well.
Now, do they ask him to grow his hair out, or do they just do him as is?
I'm sure his long hair back then was a wig.
I do think they can get him. Well, I mean, he's got to be interested in doing the role first of all. If there's, I mean, that's obviously goes without saying, right? But money talks, and it's a part for him if it's offered, and it alluded to him calling Silver at the end of season 3.
So, go ahead.
Well, it's like you said, you have to get the original. If you can't get the original, I don't want it back. I'll be honest, I just don't want it back. The only person to this point who has not been the original actor or actress has been Allie's mom in season 3. I actually looked that up, and it's funny because even Yuna, the girl he saved in the Typhoon, who was in season 3, who worked for Dayano. Same actress. Exact same actress. Child versus now.
And on that point, for them to even write Silver, they would have probably had to get an agreement from him already.
In theory.
Because Dutch wasn't there. Because of scheduling conflicts, but they didn't put another Dutch in there.
They're not going to put another Dutch in there. Come on, man. You can't put another Dutch in there. Given how part 2 was handled this season, what's your theory on how Silver would be a realistic character? Just like he was in part 3. He was the money. He was the financier. The money behind bringing Cobra Kai back.
He owns it. You
keep going to that, but technically speaking, Silver would own Cobra Kai and the trademarks and all that other stuff.
Crease is a founder, though.
Technically speaking. If he kept up all his
taxes and whatnot.
And yeah, like refilings and all that other kind of stuff. If. And there's a whole lot of business shit going on there that's just more complex than, well, it was Terry Silver's.
Okay.
You know what I mean? It's just way more complex than that. I think they bring him into the same capacity. You know, and now he's going to be old enough to where he can put hands on Daniel. Keep in mind, in the 3rd movie, he was an adult. He's Crease's age-ish. He couldn't put hands on a minor.
Aha!
Think about that.
No one fought Daniel. None of the adults fought Daniel.
They did not fight Daniel.
Now,
think about that for a minute.
The real pain begins.
Think about it, right?
Right?
That was from Grindhead Jim. Great questions, Twitter. Now let's go to Facebook. And I've got my trusty, dusty laptop in front of me. We'll do some of these. Some of these don't require much explanation. James asked Johnny or LaRusso? Johnny. Nick, do you think Daniel's son will be fighting in season 5? Not Daniel's son, Daniel's son. I do not. I think he's an insignificant character. I don't think he's really well liked, and I think the proof in my statement there is that he was in one scene in season 3. The entire 10 episodes, he's in one scene, and in that scene he's in, he wasn't even necessarily in it. It was almost like, oh, hey, we didn't forget about Daniel's son. Here, be a little shit. All right, get the fuck out of here. He's literally sent to the car. He's sent into timeout. We could have gone the entire season without him, and I don't think anybody would have given a shit. I got to be honest. So, no, I don't think.
Until he was brought on, I was like, oh, yeah, he's in
exactly. Same. Same. Alejandro asked, do you think Robbie sticks with Crease till the end of it all?
I say yes. He hates LaRusso for snitching on him. He hates... he didn't even snitch on him. He turned his ass in. You know, where's that fucking, what's it called when you Crime Stoppers money? I would put it on his books. Anyways, he hates his dad. No matter what his dad does, Johnny, he's too far gone at this point. He's damn near an adult. Crease is the father figure in his life now because he hasn't fucking thrown him in the bus. He actually visited him when he was in jail. So I think he's Cobra Kai for life.
I think I agree with that. Well, at least by Crease's side. But my question to y'all, how long is Crease going to be around? Ooh, interesting.
Before he dies again.
Or gets ran out of town again. Michael, wait a minute. Okay, John asks, who do you think Crease calls at the end of season 3? Silver. Terry Silver.
It's a no-brainer.
Terry Silver, easy, 100% hands down.
He's looking at that picture. He ain't gonna call Ponytail. Ponytail's dead.
Ponytail's dead.
So he calls Silver.
Well, he had the flashback picture, phone call, immediately, he called Silver.
He called fucking Domino's. He's like, yo, bro, I'm hungry. I need a fucking 2 medium, 2 topping pizzas for $5.99. He called Silver, bro.
He called Silver. Michael says, not a question, but everything we predicted pretty much came true. We had a lot of predictions in season 3 that did come to pass. So good on us.
Yeah.
Boom.
Hashtag Writers for Cobra Kai right here.
Hash Brown Writers for Cobra Kai.
Send it to the internet.
Okay. Mark asks, who do you think has had the best character developments?
Ooh, that's a good question. Johnny. Hands down. Johnny.
Johnny,
Actually,
man, it's a toss-up, Johnny or Crease, because we didn't know a whole lot about Crease, and not necessarily development, but we get a lot of backstory, which tells us why Crease is the way he is. Right? If we're talking about like growth and improvement and things of that nature, I think it would have to go to cool guy out there that just revved his engine up. No, I think it'd have to go to Miguel or Hawk. Because Hawk's kind of gone through this like huge roller coaster of emotions, being, kind of a good guy to this real bad guy, now turning around back to literally the good side,
but wiser and more in tune with That's a good question.
That's a really good question. What do you know what? That's the chat question.
Yeah.
Who has had the most character development? That's a really good question. That's a good question. All right, next one. Where are we at here? Leonard asks, who is your favorite character and what episode is your favorite so far? Who's your favorite character? What episode is your favorite so far? Favorite character?
Hawk
over Johnny.
I just like whenever he takes off his shirt. I love
like
the way
every time.
I love the way they do that.
Every time.
Just whenever he's about to get it.
Yeah.
I love the way they did do that with Hawk.
I do like Hawk. I don't know if he's my favorite character, but I do like Hawk. I'm going to lean... I mean, I love Johnny, but yeah, that's kind of too obvious. I'm going to lean Miguel on this one. I'm going to lean Miguel.
Miguel's a good one.
Yeah.
Favorite episode?
Favorite episode so far? Ooh. Oh, man. Favorite episode.
There's just so many that are so good. You can't just...
I am going to go with probably like a Johnny flashback episode. Because we get more of, him, a younger him, and why he decided to join karate and start going down that path of learning martial arts. He's the abusive stepdad, broken home. That'll do it. Needed some kind of structure, needing a positive role model in his life. He felt it was Crease at the time, and for a very long time. So I'm going to go with one of those, like Johnny flashback things. And I think they flashbacked him in several episodes. So I'm just going to say the Johnny flashback in general is kind of my favorite stuff.
I can't narrow it to one.
You don't have one?
I can't narrow it to one.
Good,
I can't narrow it to one.
So good. Okay. Fair. What about a moment? Like, I kind of did a moment more than than a
Well, it'd have to be the hawk. The hawks. Oh, just every time
the hawk cry every time.
That or when at the end of season 2, whenever Stingray is in the job interview, and as corny as it is, it's not going to happen. But
comes out and literally assaults several minors.
Yeah, just comes out and starts. Just starts.
That was funny. That was
funny.
Actually really good. A really good scene. That was funny. Do you think Robbie and Johnny will ever love each other again? This that's asked by Nat. Nate the Nat. Well, Johnny loves Robbie. I think because he has to, but he's you know what? I don't know. No, I think Robbie is too far gone with Johnny.
Right now.
Yeah, at least right now. He can't stand him. He hadn't stood him the entire time. He'll call him when it's convenient, you know, but he hates Johnny. He hates Johnny. I think Johnny does love him, but he's more trying to make up for being a shitty father than, like...
It's a different type of love.
Yeah, like hugging him and all that kind of shit every day. You know, it's like, hey, let me in a little bit. So that's a weird
dynamic.
Yeah, dynamic going there. Danny's question is more a history lesson. Do you know the island that Chosen and Daniel are looking at when they talk about the history of Miyagi-Do is Miyagi Island? I did not know that.
Oh.
Thank you, Danny. Charles, what do you think of the name Eagle Fang Karate?
As corny as it is, I like it. It will grow on you. At first, it's like, what? But the more you say it, Eagle Fang. I think it grows on you. I like it.
It's lame.
All the good ones were taken.
Right? No, it's lame. You take a strong animal like an eagle, and I think this is Johnny's thought process, right? Because he even says, "What's the one animal that can kill a cobra? A snake. Call it a snake. Let's generalize it. A mongoose? Fucking bird. An eagle." Because they do, right? They eat snakes. So, okay, that's all right. The Fang, he can't let Cobra Kai go. Because Cobra Kai is what he knows. Mm-hmm. So he kind of combined the two badassness of them both and came up with the really cheese dick name. It's so bad. And the logo is even worse than the name. Jesus Christ, man. Cheese and rice. Patrick asks, do you think Mike Barnes will make a return? We covered that one, so we can kind of cut that out. Chris asks, I think Tori will be Mike Barnes' daughter. Agree? No. Why? Why is he Mike Barnes' daughter?
She got her own backstory.
She has her own backstory, and it doesn't involve Mike Barnes. Mm-hmm. You guys gotta understand, Mike Barnes was not from California. Mike Barnes was not from L.A. Yeah. He was flown in. Mm-hmm. He was flown in to be muscle, period.
He's from wherever the fuck he's from, USA.
Exactly. No, I do not. And here's the thing. It's just like we said earlier. It's okay to not have every character make an appearance. It's okay to not have every character be related to another character.
Sure.
And so far, outside of what we know, it's not the case. Mm-hmm. So people keep coming with these theories about, oh, it's this person's daughter, it's that person's daughter, it's this person's granddaughter, it's that person. Why?
Because there's only 20 people on Earth.
Apparently.
You know, that can have children.
Right. I don't buy into the whole, well, Tori has to, because first it was Tori was Allie's daughter. That was the theory running around before season 2.
All because of the way she said she told
Tori
her
with the Y.
Yes.
Right. Which is the weakest thing to try to pinpoint something like that. I got to be honest. That was like, hey guys, check this out. It's Tori with the Y. Because then Allie comes back, she goes, Daniel with an L.
Yeah. Because that's what...
anyways, that's a long way of saying no, I don't think. And it's okay to not have everyone related. Because again, you got Sam, who's related to Daniel. And you've got Robbie, who's related to Johnny. And that's it.
Yeah.
The end.
Yeah.
You don't need everyone... Not everyone needs some sort of relation. It just doesn't need to happen. Okay, Joe asks, or Julie's daughter. No.
Well,
She's not from California either. Miyagi flew in to go help her.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
No. No, you know why? Well, they didn't say her mom or show her mom or say her mom's name, just that her mom was sick. So unless
I will accept...
unless Julie is sick and bedridden, then no. And if she is, then why are they going to bring her back all sickly and whatnot? So no, absolutely not.
So they can throw her in for like a quarter of an episode. She's out of there. Get her out.
Nah, I don't see it. I don't see it.
Neither do I, though.
Jason asks, have you bought any Coors Banquet beers because of the show? Did sales go up? He says he's grabbed a sixer or two thanks to Johnny Lawrence. You know what? I did. I did try Coors Banquet. Gotta be honest, not bad. Not bad. I would drink it again. Did sales go up? Excuse me, did sales go up because of it? Well, there's at least two of us who bought one, so yes. I mean, right?
You heard it here first.
Corey says, has the show jumped the shark yet? If so, when? No.
I don't know what that means.
It's like just getting completely ridiculous and out there.
No.
I mean, technically, yeah, you're not going to have a brawl in the mall like that. You're not going to have, a brawl at the school like that. But no. No, I'm going to say no. 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 What character... Oh, sorry. Alex asks what character makes you clench your fist? Because you want to punch him?
Robbie.
Name your number two. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Dimitri.
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 Fuck Dimitri.
Exactly.
Fuck him.
Okay, this is a good question. David asks, do you think the show can keep succeeding once it runs out of the older movies to reference or older characters to bring back? There is only one movie left for them to pull material from, and I can see the nostalgia/interest waning after another season. That is a very good question, actually, and I say no. I don't think all of these references and cameos were necessary to the success of the show. They were a nice addition, but I don't think they were necessary to the success of the show. So I don't. I think the show can stand on its own. I think it's done a great job of standing on its own. You've brought back some core characters who need to be there and some support players as well. But I think it can stand on its own. Now, if and when Crease is finally pushed out, where do you go from there?
Right.
Is really the bigger question for me. Sharif asks, do you think we'll find out who Tori's father is? And if so, who do you think it could possibly be? Mike Barnes or Terry Silver? I don't think it's either.
Yeah.
I don't think it's either. Terry Silver, you got to understand, is pushing like Crease's age. So for his daughter to be 17 years old, that's a stretch. That's a stretch.
Here's another thing. Tori is her character standalone is a good character. She don't need a backstory of being someone's daughter.
I agree.
She's pulled her own weight. She's a bad chick. She knows karate. I mean, she's making her own waves. She don't need to ride in on the coattails of someone else.
I agree with that. I agree with everything Tim just said. I don't think we will ever find out who her father is. If we do, I don't think it'll be anybody related to a past appearance from one of the movies.
Who's Miguel's father?
I was just about to say that. I was literally just about to say that. Who's Miguel's father?
Right. Is it Silver? Is it Barnes?
We'll never know because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I think, and again, both those characters have done well enough to stand on their own without having to have that tie-in to being somebody's offspring. I know and I understand why people are asking these questions. There's a ton of theories about whose father is who or whose mother is who, whatever. Well, now we know, like, no one's Allie's daughter. We know that for sure now. Mm-hmm. No one's Allie's daughter. Except for her own daughter, which is in Colorado.
Right.
I don't see it. I honestly don't see it. I've never bought into the theory of it's fun to speculate and go, oh, well, what if? But if you really think about it and think about it realistically, does it make sense and does it really need to be? Not really.
That, and we got writers who are good at their jobs, so they don't need to pull.
I agree. I think that's low hanging fruit. Honestly, I think it's too obvious. Yeah. It's an easy way.
That'd be something you do towards the end whenever you're trying to get
maybe
material written.
Yeah, maybe.
Some shit,
maybe.
But
I think it's an easy way to shoehorn something in that doesn't need to be shoehorned in at this point.
Sure.
That's what I think. Magdeal asks, was the flip-flopping of characters predictable from the first episode? Not really. I don't think it was.
No.
For me, at least, it wasn't. Some people, you got those, well, I saw it coming. I figured it out. And yeah. I didn't see any of that coming. So, because I never would have thought that it would have been Daniel who would have been the one who turned in Robbie.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you would have to see something like that to go, well, if Daniel's going to turn him in, and he already hates Johnny, so now he's going to get pissed off, and he's going to go with Crease. And until Crease showed up as a visitor, I was like, oh, damn. Now, once you get to that point...
It's predictable.
But they've already told you what's going to happen at that point, so you ain't predicting shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, no, I don't think it was. Nick asks, do you think Chosen will be back in season 4 to help Daniel? Short answer, no. Longer answer, he's got Johnny. He don't need Chosen back.
Sure.
I mean, what's he gonna do? Fly Chosen out and put him up in his guest house for what? To beat up Crease?
No, exactly. It would only be for the only reason why Chosen would come back would be to fight.
To fight. That's it.
Fight.
Period.
That's it. Yeah.
And Daniel and Johnny both are capable enough to be able to take on Crease.
Sure.
And Crease realized that at the end of season 3. It's why he called Silver back up. And maybe that is Mike Barnes' way in because he is muscle. He is reinforcements. Who knows?
Plus, he's still he lost to Daniel. He still got the chip on his shoulder. But that's neither here nor there.
Kevin asks, are you Team Stingray? I liked Stingray. Yeah. I like Stingray. He was an idiot, 30-year-old idiot trying to be 17 still. But yeah, I'm Team Stingray. Do we see Stingray back? I don't know.
He has a bunch of charges on his ass.
He has a bunch of charges on his ass. Tony asks, how do you feel about them using more budget for paying for the rights to have songs from Journey, etc., rather than use that for choreography to make the fight scenes better? I think the choreography and the fight scenes were fine. And we talked about this in our season 3 review. We just don't think they were executed perfect enough at times. Now, that's nothing to be said about the choreography. That's the acting, and that's the cuts and the cut that was decided that they wanted to use, and the actors putting in enough time with said choreography. So I don't think the choreography itself suffered from using budget on songs and whatnot. Now, keep in mind, too, Cobra Kai at this point has a big budget, a way bigger budget. And if you notice, they're part of Sony Pictures, which is a part of Sony Music. Like, it's all in the same umbrella. I'm not saying that Journey's under Sony Music, but you would think that they would have a little leeway with music that Sony, at least, produced, owns, is a part of whatever, which means it may not cost them quite as much. So no, I don't think it affected the choreography. All right, Oleg asks, obviously they are building to another tournament being the finale of season 4. Who do you think wins the tournament? We have a lot of legitimate contenders between Miguel, Hawk, Sam, Robbie, Kyler, or Tori, or someone we haven't even met yet. I do think they are building to a tournament at the end of season 4. If I'm being honest, Miguel, Robbie, and Hawk are the 3 with the best chance. They, I think, are the best. Even, I mean, as skilled as Tori is, she can't beat Miguel. I don't think she can beat Hawk either.
She can't beat Robbie.
And she can't beat Robbie, right? Same with Sam. I don't think Sam can beat either of the 3, and she can't beat Tori.
No.
She can't beat Tori. She can't beat Tori.
So there you go.
Kyler, while he does have a wrestling background,
This ain't wrestling.
it's not wrestling. And yeah, he did show some skills in the house fight at the end of season 3, but I still think at the end of the day, Miguel's better. Hawk is better. and Robbie are better than anybody else mentioned right there. I think it comes down to those three. And if you want to get those three, if you want me to predict the final, it's Robbie and Miguel in the final.
If he's good enough to compete. If he's well enough to compete.
If he's well enough to compete, right.
Yeah.
Which is part of, I think, Hawk's transition back to good, because now, because Hawk is skilled.
Yes.
Hawk is very skilled. And he intimidated the hell out of Kyler when he beat Brux's ass.
Yeah,
so,
he did.
Yeah. Alexander asks, if Mike Barnes shows up and fights Johnny, who wins? Johnny. Paul asks, who's your favorite character? Does the show live up to the old Karate Kid movies in your opinion? So we've actually talked about that. Johnny and Miguel. Mm-hmm. For you, it's Hawk and
Johnny.
Hawk and Johnny. Yeah, I do think it lives up to the old Karate Kid movies. In my opinion, you can tell that the writers are fans of the show or fans of the movies. And that shows. The love of the movie shows in their writing.
I was about to say that there's a lot of love in there.
There's a lot of love in there. So, yeah, absolutely. Like, I didn't know I needed this show in my life until this show came into my life. Like, it's legit. Michael asks, I know you weren't a fan of Robbie from previous seasons. Has that changed at all?
No. I'm glad his stupid face got punched.
Dude, his hair at the beginning of the... Oh, my gosh. His hair looked like shit.
I will say this, towards the end of the season, it was like, okay, nice hair.
Grew out a little bit. Yeah. His face is still dumb as hell, though.
Yeah.
I enjoyed seeing him all... when he was getting beat up in juvie and shit. That's my Robbie face. He's got that stupid mouth. Like, I just hate his freaking mouth. Matthew asks, how do you see the series ultimately ending when it's all said and done? Good question. I think we get 6 seasons out of this. I think we get 6 seasons before it's just like, well, where do we go from here? Before they have to introduce all new characters, as far as kids go. Because these guys are going to be too old for... Sure. So far I think they've done it right by going Season 1, tournament. Season 2...
In between.
Season 3, in between. So they got 2 seasons in between tournaments, basically, right? Mm-hmm. So this is Season 4, I think, will be a tournament, and then maybe you get another season or 2 after that, and maybe end on a 3rd tournament. Maybe end on a 3rd tournament. Ultimately, I think Johnny takes control back of Cobra Kai. Him and Daniel are cool, and while they are rival dojos, it's only in the sense of at the All Valley tournament.
They go out and have beers together.
They're friends. Yeah, they're friends. They're
barbecues and shit.
That's what I think.
That's what's up.
That's what I think.
That'd be a happy ending for me.
So I don't know if you got a different view on that.
Yes. The earth opens up. No, that's a legit one. I like that.
Right.
This comes from Salvador. What? Salvador. Do they change the name of Miyagi-Do to Miyagi-Fang? Nah, Miyagi-Do is Miyagi-Do. I think Miyagi-Do is a better name, and it would win over Miyagi-Fang. Why would you do that? Then you have to rebrand it. And I don't see them messing with the Miyagi-Do logo at all. So.
I agree with Tim on that one. We talked about the Eagle Fang name. So, sorry, Pat, not reading your question where you talked about it. Salvador asks again, the guy Crease calls in his favor. Someone we know, someone we knew. Terry Silver. We already answered. Okay, so scratch that. Salvador asks, how does Robbie turn on Crease? I don't think he does.
No.
Yeah, I don't think he does. Pace asks, do you think Nintendo will come out with a Cobra Kai game? If so, have they learned their lesson from that LJN pose? So, first of all, Nintendo didn't come out with the first Karate Kid game. It was LJN. Nintendo had nothing to do with that. Secondly, there is a Cobra Kai game out already on PS4. I believe it's on Switch as well. It's a decent kind of side-scrolling beat 'em up like Streets of Rage. So if you like Streets of Rage, I think you'll like the Cobra Kai video game. I like it. Still need to do a review on that one, but the game's already there. Who asked, do you think they will ever bring in Dutch from jail?
As far as the person who plays Dutch, he said it was a scheduling issue. The reason why.
Yeah, but in the show, they explained him not being there, saying
only
he
if
was
the
in
scheduling
jail.
issues get resolved.
Yeah, right.
So
yeah, bottom line.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised to see Bobby again. Truthfully, I was surprised to see Bobby. So.
Yep.
Aaron actually asked about the Cobra Kai game, and I have played it. I do like it. It's fun. It's fun. It was like $20 over the holiday season. So if you missed out on that,
you missed out.
You missed out. Josh asked, Team Cobra Kai, Miyagi-Do, or Eagle Fang Dojo?
Cobra Kai, man.
Well, if we're talking current, Crease ran Cobra Kai? No.
Johnny ran Cobra Kai?
Yes. Yeah. Eagle Fang is just stupid. I never really liked the Miyagi-Do name either. I thought that was... I don't know. I never
I'm
really
wigging doing
liked
a
it.
tight spot.
Yeah, exactly, basically. Theo said everyone's talking about Mike Barnes and Terry Silver. No one mentions Julie Pierce. We talked about her a little bit. Okay, I can't read. I think that's Japanese, but they asked, do you think Johnny or Daniel will die in the end? No, I don't. I don't.
I think the only person who comes close is Crease.
Yeah, they're not going to kill anyone. You know, not from like combat.
Yeah.
Well, man, that's inaccurate because
Crease almost died twice at the end of season 3.
And several people died in season 3 because of combat.
Yeah.
So I retract my statement. No, I don't see either one of them dying though. Joshua asks, do you want to see Terry Silver back? Also, if it's not him, John was talking to at the end, who else could it be? You're wondering when you were going to do a video about this season. I do think it'll be Terry Silver. I do think he called Terry Silver. I can't imagine him talking to anybody else but Terry Silver in that situation. Go ahead.
And it's a pretty safe bet. If he was calling Terry Silver, then they got the original actor to play Terry Silver again.
I think I agree with that. And again, I think we talked about it earlier, but in case we haven't, I'll mention it again. If you look at the context, it's that flashback scene. He releases Silver and the rest of the POWs. He goes, "Do you ever need anything, man? I'm there for you at any time." And then he's looking at that picture of him, Terry, and Ponytail, who Ponytail is dead. So he didn't call Ponytail.
He wasn't calling himself.
He wasn't calling himself. So yes, Terry Silver.
Movie magic.
Trevor asked, how the hell did everyone get matching crotch rocket? Movie magic.
Movie magic.
And they did in the first movie too. They all had bikes. But, well, you gotta understand, like, they're not poor.
Yeah,
They're not poor kids.
It's the Hills.
Yeah, like, Hawk has money. These kids have money. Matter of fact, the only one that's not is Miguel. So, Kiri asks, do you think they'll try to continue the series with adding new characters as the old ones are phased out, or possibly doing an animated version of the show just using the current characters as voice actors, since they'll look too old in real life to continue the series as actual film shown? So
I hope they don't do a cartoon.
I don't think they will do a cartoon. I don't see an animated series being necessary or making sense. The thing about the characters looking too old as this series progresses, that's not going to be an issue because most of them are already adults. And at this, no, they are. At this phase in their life, they're not going to change much. Mm-hmm. And I've said this on stream, but I'm glad I can say it now. You take Stranger Things. How when they first started season 1 of Stranger Things, they were like 10 years old, right? Mm-hmm. And now in season 3, they're looking 30 years old. Because at that age, you change and grow so much and so rapidly. It's natural. With these kids, we're going into season 3, and they all look the exact same. Mm-hmm. Okay, you got the guy who plays Miguel's 19. I think Hawk is 20. Tori is 22. Mm-hmm. Sam, Daniel's daughter, she's 24. They're not changing much at this age. Yeah. The only ones who might really are like Bert and the other little Asian guy. Everybody else is too.
And you can tell that they've grown up a little
right,
bit.
And Daniel's son. And I had to go back and check and was like, is that still the same actor? And it was, because the kid lost a lot of weight. Mm-hmm. But no, they're not going to change too much, which is why I think they can go 6 seasons, an additional 3 on top of what we're at, and get away with it and not have anyone, go from looking 16 to looking 70. I think we'll be fine there. And animated, I don't see it making sense.
Yeah.
Phasing old characters out and bringing new ones in. You better come with some extremely likable motherfuckers if you're going to do that. I think people like the characters that are there, and I think they have become attached to them. And if these characters go away, especially like, you get rid of Miguel, you're done. That's it.
Yeah.
You get rid of Miguel, it's over.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you do? Now, do you keep some of these characters on the train? Think about
Become
it.
instructors?
Become instructors.
Sure.
Then you keep Miguel, who everyone likes, and then the next up-and-comer if they're getting ready for the... Okay, I could see it working like that, right? Man, we need to write for the show.
Yeah, we do.
Hashtag Jay and Tim write for Cobra Kai. Phil asked, why do I care what you think about Cobra Kai? I don't think you care what I think about Cobra Kai, but I think you gave a shit enough to put a comment on my video, Peckerhead.
So, be it good or bad, you do care.
Yeah. Phil. No, I like Phil. He's an asshole like that. He's a lovable asshole, though. Kind of like Johnny. Except not as handsome, not as cool, not as athletic.
Something like
nothing like Johnny. Sean asks, what do you think of the alliance of LaRusso and Johnny? Also, why do you think Daniel... let's just go with that first part of the question. I think it was inevitable.
Yeah.
We
called it.
We called it. It makes sense. Crease has come in to become too strong, too powerful, and Johnny and Daniel have the same agenda when it comes to Crease. And as time has gone on, especially in this season 3, they've become more and more friends.
Yeah. And
now that they're going to be training their students together, there will be conflict.
There will be
conflict, obviously.
Sure. You're doing it too strong. You're not doing it strong enough.
Right. And I was just about to say, if you take both of theirs, their like
teachings
and
styles
and meet in the middle,
that's just
watch the fuck out.
Yeah,
you're gonna have a bad motherfucker.
Yeah.
Because Daniel's more focused on defense.
Sure.
And Johnny's way more focused on offense. Imagine a motherfucker who can attack offensively like Johnny.
Mm-hmm. But defend defensively like
Daniel. Right. That's a dangerous guy.
Yeah.
He wins 7 straight. Even
if he's 37.
Yeah. That's a good question, though. Dustin asks, how about thoughts on Daniel's real... Hang on. Dustin asks, how about thoughts on Daniel's real nemesis is Amanda, his wife. She's never in his corner. In fact, she even spilled to Allie that Johnny was seeing Carmen. She's just messy.
Is she messy or is she just keeping it real?
No, I think she is in Daniel's corner. She is trying to keep Daniel grounded. Mm-hmm. Because Daniel had a way of letting himself get carried away. So while you say she's never in his corner, I think that's the opposite. She's trying to keep him to a point to where it doesn't escalate to something he regrets or can't get out of. You know what I mean? So, and that is very much being in that person's corner. Now, her narking Johnny out and fucking throwing a monkey wrench in his game, that's bad for him, but, bros before hoes and chicks before dicks. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Ernesto asks, what up, Jay? Do you think the remake with Jackie Chan and Jaden Smith somehow be mentioned?
I mean, Will Smith does own the rights to Karate Kid, so...
He's a producer on, and he does own something to Karate Kid.
He owns Karate Kid.
Like, full rights?
He owns, I don't know if it's just him. Well, his production company owns the rights to Karate Kid.
Okay.
They bought them so that Jaden can be the Karate Kid.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I think that being said, I think a guy like Will Smith is even smart enough to not...
Just leave well enough alone.
To leave, yeah, basically. That's good.
Couldn't leave well enough alone, could you?
Good reference.
You just had to push it.
I don't, and I don't see it making sense, because the reality of it is, it's not in the Karate Kid lore. At least Hilary Swank's character, Julie, is canon because she was trained by Miyagi.
Sure.
Whether you like it or not, she counts. Jaden was trained in Hong Kong, not Japan, and trained in Kung Fu, not karate. So no, I don't think so.
Hashtag Kung Fu Kid.
Hashtag Kung Fu Kid. Because then now you're talking about bringing Jackie Chan back, and why?
Right.
So no, I don't think. Alex asked, the show seems very lighthearted, but do you think there will be a main character death by the time the series is over? Would it be a good idea?
Obviously not. Look at Miguel. And
it wouldn't be a good idea to kill off a Miguel, a Hawk, a Johnny, a Daniel. At this point, Crease is a main character.
Okay.
But he could die. But right now, Crease is the conflict.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Before it was Johnny. Johnny was the conflict, and now it's Crease is the conflict. So you kill your conflict.
You need another conflict.
So where do you go from there? I don't know. But do I think it could happen? Yeah. And the show has shown enough death, especially in season 3.
Mm-hmm.
The show has shown enough death that I don't think they're above it. Chad says we need more Stingray. It's a very declarative statement there, Chad. Alex asks, I got a Power Ranger feel, Jay, and the fighting scene's kind of corny. Thoughts on that? Disagree with you. No. Someone mentioned Power Rangers the other day in my stream, and I'm like, I'm just waiting on the Megazord to pop up. No, I disagree with that statement.
So you're saying someone gets kicked, and when they hit the ground, they're...
It's
not.
No, it's not. Are the reactions when someone get a little over the top? Sure. And if that's what you mean, all right, fine. But that's for effect.
Right.
That's strictly for effect.
It's definitely not Power Ranger.
Yeah, no. I don't get a Power Ranger feel at all. Actually, I think the choreography is very well choreographed. Season 3 of the what's the word I'm looking for here? Damn it, I'm drawing a blank. Fuck it.
Okay.
Moving on. The execution. The execution was off, but the choreography is good.
Mm.
All right, Rob says, I believe they rushed Hawk's betrayal. Sure, there are drops here and there, but for him to just switch sides at a critical moment, I think it would have been better to have kept him Cobra Kai at the end of the fight. Have that be
You tricked us.
the seed that gets things rolling in season 4 for him to switch. I don't necessarily disagree with that. To have him change in the middle of battle like that, in the middle of the fight, okay. Maybe he needed to change right before. Or like you said, wait till beginning of season 4.
Technically, whenever he broke Dimitri's arm was the beginning of the change. That's whenever I think it really started.
Yeah.
Going into effect.
Yeah, but what he's saying is it was just a little too rushed as far as, hey, I'm a bad guy now. Oh shit, I'm a good guy.
Sure.
But maybe that just goes to show how heavy things were weighing on him.
Sure.
Who knows? One thing in season 3, and I don't know if we mentioned this in our review video or not. One thing that I think they did a kind of poor job on was establishing a timeline, or at least a time jump. You know what I mean? Even when Miguel has a surgery, then he stands up or taps his foot. Now he's standing. Now he's doing the obstacle course. They make that seem like all that's in a week.
It could be 3 days. It could be a week. It could be
It obviously is not. Even the surgery, from him having the surgery and then falling out of the bed, like, okay, you just had surgery on your back, dude. You're not falling out of the bed like that. There had to have been some heal time right there, which they don't show. And that's, I think the same thing is probably is happening here with Hawk as well.
So is that like the curse of Karate Kid? People can't get their timeline straight.
They can't get their time jump straight. Yeah, I guess so. So, I mean, Rob's got a novel on his thoughts on Karate Kid. But it basically, he asks about Julie Pierce's character, And he's saying, since it was national news, do you think maybe that's how Julie hears about it and possibly pops up? I just don't see the character popping up for any reason. I don't see a reason for her to be there.
You know what? I could see. I couldn't even
keep
see
saying
that,
but I just don't see a reason.
Maybe
for the
just like
character to be there.
a commentator at the All Valley tournament, but really, why would you do that?
She was never in it.
Yeah, I mean, it's just there ain't no.
I mean, this is the last time I'm gonna say it. I'm on record. Hilary Skank's character, Julie, should not be in Cobra Kai series. There's no reason
for it.
outside of she was in a movie to be in the show.
Right.
Everyone else has made sense.
Sure.
Daniel's mom makes sense. Why? She's a grandma. You know what I mean?
Right.
Crease makes sense.
Why? Because freaking Crease.
It's freaking Crease.
Yeah.
Right. Johnny's Cobra Kai buddies make sense because they're still friends.
Mm-hmm.
They still continue to talk and hang out and go to Reno apparently.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it. You know, Terry Silver, when he comes back in season 4, it makes sense. It's gonna make sense because it's Crease's dude.
Yeah, he owes a blood debt.
Exactly.
On top of that, though, yeah.
Even with Allie, they made her make sense. And they didn't do it in a shoehorn way where it was like, oh, she's the doctor operating on Miguel.
Which I thought they were going to do.
I did too. And when they revealed that she was not that doctor, I didn't think we'd see her until we saw her.
Out the window.
Yeah, completely out of mind. Out of sight, out of mind for me on that character. And then we saw her and it was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
And it was the perfect, I'm in town for the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Well, okay, that makes sense. People do that, right? Visiting my parents for the holidays. I'm going through some personal shit at home. Oh, people do that.
Mm-hmm.
Want to get away, right? Oh, that happens. They made it make sense. I just don't see it making sense for that character to be in the show. Julie Pierce, Hilary Swank's character. I don't see it making sense. That's my biggest thing, that they've not just shoehorned in just for the sake of shoehorning in. They've made things make sense. Now, if they bring her back, can they make sense of it? Probably. But I can't imagine what.
Why would you want to?
Yeah, why would you want to? She has zero to do with any of the characters that are in Cobra Kai. Zero to do with any of the characters. At least the common factor there is Daniel.
Mm-hmm.
She has nothing to do with Daniel. She doesn't. She has nothing to do with Daniel.
No, that's good. I didn't realize that the common factor was Daniel.
Right? That's the common factor is Daniel.
Yeah, even above so because before this season it would have been like what, Johnny and Daniel, but yeah, you're right, Daniel.
It's Daniel. Because in season 3, Chosen and Kumiko and all them come back. Who's the common denominator? It's Daniel. Now the common denominator would have been Miyagi, but Miyagi ain't there. He's dead.
Sure.
He's established dead in the show because he's dead in real life.
Mm-hmm.
So
because you ain't getting another Miyagi.
You ain't getting another Miyagi. Yeah. Someone asked me the other day, think you'll CGI Miyagi? I hope not. And no, I don't. I think they're going to keep Miyagi in the grave. There's no reason to CGI him. Do the...
To soil his name, his likeness.
Yeah, do the flashbacks and that's it. That's it. But anyhow, we can go on and on and on and on about Cobra Kai, and we usually do. It's going to be a 72-hour Ask Jay. I really appreciate you guys with the questions on Twitter and Facebook, and appreciate you guys if you watch this. And what was that? X-Files? I don't know. But appreciate it. We're out, y'all.